Hello and welcome. Here we are, Dan Land Pro, Steppers Express, YouTube.com. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button. Make sure you hit that share. We're doing a tutorial today on how to create an alpha channel overlay in Adobe CC Photoshop. Let's get started. So here we are in Photoshop. I already got my image in here, and what we want to do is we want to cut out the two screens that you see here and make them alpha channels where we can see through them. We could put a graphic behind them, or we could put a video behind them, or whatever we choose to put behind them, because they will be transparent. Now, before you get started, to make sure that when you start making your selections, you don't have any problems, go over here where you see on the right here in the mid right, on this menu here where it says layers. It says layers. I want you to double click that background layer, and I want you to name it screen. Then I want you to hit OK. Now we have a layer instead of a background, so when I start cutting the screen out, you'll be able to see the transparency in the screen. Now I want you to go to the menu on the far left, and you'll see something down here. Follow my mouse where it says pen tool. You see how the pen tool operates? I want you to click on that, and if you hold down, you can make sure that the top pen tool is your selection. So select the pen tool, which we have, and then we're going to go back to screen. I want you to click right here on the first screen. I want you to click in the bottom left corner of the screen, the bottom right corner, the top right corner, and back to the top left corner. Now I want you to go up here to the top left and hit that selection. Okay, normally its default is 0. We're gonna set our feather radius to 2, just to be safe and make sure we don't have too much overdraft. If you notice down in the screen, we have a little bit, so I'm gonna click OK, and now you see we have it. So now I'm gonna make sure I'm on my layer, and I'm gonna hit delete. And now you see we have transparency. So I'm going to hit Command D. That deselect that particular selection. So now we're going to go back to our pen tool, and we're going to go to the second screen. We're going to click in the top left corner. We're going to go down to the bottom left corner of that screen. We're going to go to the bottom right corner of that screen. We're going to go to the right corner, top corner of that screen, and back to the left top corner of that screen, and repeat the process. We're going to go back up here to the top left and select selection tool. We're going to keep our radius, feather radius at 2. We're going to click OK, and then we're going to click delete. And then we're going to hit Command D, and now we have deselected our screen. So now everything is balanced. I'm going to hit save as, and I'm going to go to my computer, and I'm going to save this in my images, but I don't want to save it in images. I want to save it in Stepping, and I'm going to save it as a alpha channel. I want to use that, and it's a PNG, so I can get some scalability on it and not have any problems with it. So now that we have this scale, we're going to go into another program and show you how we use this as far as making a video. Yeah. So now I'm in my Telestream program, and I want to use that same alpha channel as a overlay for the work I want to do. So we're going to go here. I'm going to go and find that file. So I'm going to browse my disk, and we know it's in Stepping, and we named it alpha channel. So this is it right here. So I'm going to collect, and now we got our alpha channel. So in this particular program, I can scale it up several ways. Okay, I'm going to scale it up the way I normally scale it up, going up top here, and then we're going to scale that up. And we could have stretched it, but all we want is the screens, because we're going to put a title on here and things like that. So now that I have my screen, I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to find my video. I'm going to find a video. I'm going to find 2 video clips that I want to put in this particular screen. So we're going to find these in our stock media program. So I'm just going to say people And then I'm going to scale that particular program. I'm going to move it over. Nothing too drastic. Get a little rotation on it. I think I could scale it a little more. Bring it over. Rotate that just a little bit. Scale it back up just a little bit. Now, sometimes if you find a problem, you can use crop and overlay your particular video. So I want to go get one more video because I want to have two in here. So I'm going to get some on Chicago. And you go at stock media. A lot of these stock media programs provide you with the B-roll that you need. So you won't have to be trying to go out and shoot a lot of B-roll or find B-roll that you may not have time. So now we're going to bring that Chicago video in as soon as it finishes downloading. And we're going to do the same thing that we did with the other one. We're going to go up here and we're going to scale it. And then I'm going to move it over. I'm going to give it a little rotation, just a little bit. I'm going to scale it down just a little more to make sure that it's not interfering with the outside of the borders of the particular screens. And now what I can do, if I wanted to, I could put my video back here, or I could be hosting something and showing it on one of the screens while I'm talking about it. So when I load it up, you'll see it now. You see everything is operating in those screens. And that's pretty much how you make a alpha channel in Photoshop. Now, this was not that tedious because I was not trying to get it perfect to where the angles and the dimensions is exactly when you see it cocked or you see it coming from different perspectives. You want to have that perspective screen with the alpha channel in sync with the perspectives as far as the video clips that you may be using or the B-roll you may be using. Now, we could also bring our live video in, or we could bring a host in and maybe talking to another talking head on two screens. So these are all things that you use just to keep your attention to your viewers. And it's just so many different ways to do it. So again, that's how you do make an alpha channel in Photoshop. It's always a pleasure. I'm Danland Pro. Don't forget, Steppers Express. 2 words, Steppers Express. YouTube.com. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share, because this is going to get deeper and deeper as time allows. Till next time. Peace.